I'm here with Nick Lyons. He's the rector of St Mary's here just near Swindon. Nick, I want to ask you some questions about discipleship, starting with a personal one. What works for you?
I guess for me, what's most important is some kind of devotional time with God regularly, daily. So prayer and Bible study about my own life and the life of the people around me, not just work focused, but involving the whole of life, and not just, but also putting aside certain times, less frequently, bigger blocks of time, just to be with God and get some retreat time, and exposing myself to people who are passionate about God, who love Him, but also spending some time and listening seriously to those who don't necessarily work on the same wavelength as me, and bringing all that to God and trying to work out what's going on. It's helpful to have some kind of spiritual director or mentor as well.
It's really good. You're not only a disciple yourself, you also have an interest in helping other people on their journey of discipleship. What are the signs that you look for that someone's getting somewhere? The qualities that you look for?
I think it's the obvious love, people being able to handle difficult situations and difficult people with grace, people being able to pause before they react. But that kind of might appear as an entirely passive thing. I'm actually also looking for some sense of passion about what God is calling them to be, and out of that, what He might want them to do. So, but for me, it's the signs of love and grace are, I think, the biggest indicator.
Discipleship sounds great, but it's actually quite difficult. What makes it so hard?
There's the stuff inside us, I think, and the stuff out there. But inside, it's, I think most of us are aware of struggles that we have getting on with people, and aware that sometimes when people mistreat us, actually sometimes we're left thinking, well, maybe there's something in me that is causing this. So it's about dealing with that and coming before God with that, and that's a painful thing at times. And also handling other people who don't necessarily see things, don't see the full picture of what's going on in our lives. How you handle the boss at work who wants something from you specifically that you find difficult to give them because you've got other things you want to do, or you don't agree with their values or priorities. So there's a lot of pressure from the culture. People want us to live like them, to fit in, don't want us challenging them too much. And I think the gospel, is a huge challenge to the world. So it's going to be this dance in many ways of well, it'll be difficult at times, but yeah.
Yeah. In your role as the rector here, what are things that you can do that will help people to be better followers of Jesus?
In my role, I think the most important thing is to help them come into a place where they can meet with God. I think that's my biggest responsibility, is helping people to meet with God and engage with God. And that could be through gentle encouragement, and also maybe sometimes through more forceful exhortation and encouragement and pushing. So through spending time, particularly sometimes I think it's important to recognise the people who you can work with and put a little bit more time into, and maybe develop a relationship where you can ask them very direct questions with their permission, and then so I think it's about but primarily it's about bringing people into God's presence and always encouraging people to bring stuff before God.
Thanks very much for talking to us today, Nick.